Okay, so hi guys, let's get started for today. So basically what we saw in our previous classes that we were trying to work with Jenkins and Docker, Jenkins and Java and Maven, but these were not compatible with each other or they were not able to sync with each other. So what I'll try to do now is that I'll go ahead and look into a version which is compatible with all of them. So generally what we do is we go with the latest version. Okay. So if I go with the latest version, I will be able to, if I go with the latest version, I will be able to get the details of all these things. Okay. So let's go ahead. So first thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to launch a EC2 instance. And on this EC2 instance, I will go ahead and bring up my Jenkins. So as of now, I don't have anything here. So let me say this is Jenkins, Maven, and Git. All these three softwares, I'm going to put it on this. Okay. So when I say Java, I'll put Java 11 or the latest version of Java. So Java 8 is no more being supported by Jenkins, and hence we were facing problem in the previous class. Other things, I'll leave it as it is, like T2 micro. I'll go with my DevOps KP. I will go with my security group, which is already there. Port 8080 is already there. And then I'll go all the way here and simply say that launch this instance for me. So this instance is getting ready. Now, once this instance is ready, I will log in inside this instance and get my work started. So let me come here. Now this time, the way I will install Maven will be a little bit different. Okay. So first what I'll do, I'll go and say putty. First, let's log in. So I'll say EC2 minus user at the rate, whatever IP address you got. Then go to appearance, change 16, then OK, then SSH, auth, browse, and this is my key, and open it up. So this is what I'm going to do. Now here, if you see, it says you have to run sudo yum update. So let me just go ahead and do that, sudo yum update minus y. So you can see it is going and doing the update. So the first command which I ran is sudo yum update minus y. So what I'll do is whatever commands I'm running, I'll put it in a notepad so that you are able to understand all these things. Okay. Now I'll upgrade myself as a root user. Okay. Sudo su hyphen, and I'll say host name. I will give name as Jenkins. And again, sudo su hyphen. So as of now, if you start and say Java version, you will see Java is not found. Okay, so what we will do is we will download the latest version of Java. So what I have done is in the morning class, I had gone ahead and created a document for this. So I'll go with this Jenkins Java 11. So this is what I'm going to do. The first command is I'm going to install Java. For that, I am going to run this command, this particular command. Okay, so I'm saying sudo Amazon Linux extra install Java Open JDK for me, Java 11 basically for me. Once this is installed, I will want to know where did this component got installed. Okay, so let the installation go. Then I will find. So find backslash like this. Okay, so I will see where Java 11 got installed like this. So do something like this, find backslash by name and look for Java 11. So you can see here, this is the path where Java got installed. So user lib JVM Java 11 open JDK 11 point something 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 Amazon 2. So this is the path, okay, where actually JVM or Java got installed, Java virtual machine. So if I come here, see here, this is the path we are talking about. User lib JVM, and this is the path. Okay, so in my Jenkins machine, I will give this path only. Then second thing, what I'm going to do is, so I'll install Maven, but first let me go ahead and install Jenkins. Okay, so to install Jenkins, I'll come here and say I want Jenkins installation. So it will take me to this guy, install Jenkins. Here I will go with Linux. I will go with Red Hat CentOS. And this is what I'm going to run. So 1, 2, 3. So these are the 3 top commands which I'm going to run. Okay, sudo yum upgrade. So these 3. Then this is comment. So no need. This one is Java 11 already done. And then these 2 commands. So sudo yum install Jenkins. Do you want to go ahead? Yes, I want to go ahead. And it will go ahead and install the Jenkins software for me. So I'll wait for this software to come up. Okay, now if I come here and say service Jenkins status, it will say it is inactive and dead. So I'll start it. So it will take some time and it will start the services of Jenkins. Okay, it is taking some time. Generally, it will take some time for the first time when you're starting it. Okay, but gradually when you keep running it, that this thing will not be there. But first time it may take time. So you have to. So yes, it has started. Now, if I come here and say status, I can see it is active and running. Once it is active and running, I can go to this location, take the IP address of this machine, and with port number 8080, I can run this. So this is what is running. This is the IP address. This is what I'm going to run. So it says here is where you will find your password. So we have done everything in past also, but today we are doing it again because we have this version issue. This is my password. Go ahead and continue this. And you can say I want to install the suggested plugins, and it will go ahead and install the plugins. Now, this plugins, let it get installed. It generally takes some time, but meanwhile, I will do something else. I will come to the home directory. I will go ahead and install Git. How to do that? Yum install Git -y. So I'm using, or I'm installing Git first thing. Once Git is installed, I will also want to install Maven. Okay. So to install Maven, I will not going to run yum install Maven. Rather, I will run these set of commands. These commands to install Maven. Okay. Now, to install Maven, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to the official website of Maven, and I will put something like this, Maven download. So if I go to Maven download, I can see that it is saying that this is the latest version. So I take the tar file. Okay, I can copy the link address, and if I click here, it will get downloaded to my local machine. But I don't want it to download to my local machine. Rather, I want it to be on my cloud machine. So I'll say something like this. wget means take it from internet and put it here. See here, ls-l. You'll see it is here. Okay. Now I made a small mistake. rm-rf. I want to put it in a different folder. So I'll want to put it here in OPT folder. I'll show you why am I doing that. So I'm putting it in OPT folder. Okay. So let me just go ahead and download it again. So now it is downloaded. Now this guy, I want to make it unzip. So I'll say tar -xvzf and whatever file name you got. 1 second. So it will untar or unzip the content. Now, if you come here, you will see this is the unzipped version. This is the zipped version. Anyhow, you don't need the zipped version now. So you can remove the zipped version. And this big name also I don't want. I want a small name. So I'll just say move and a small name, Maven. Again, these are for you to make it clear. Okay. Now I will go inside this folder, Maven. And here, if I come inside, I will see all the installables for Maven folder. If I go inside bin, okay, I am inside bin. And now if I come here, ls-l, I will see this Maven thing, but it's a script. So if I run it like this, no, mvn, see, it will run. Okay. But the moment I come out of this folder, let me say cd ... And from here, I want to run mvn. It will say mvn command not found. So the problem here is that it will run only from this folder. Means you have to go to Maven folder. Inside that, you have to go inside bin. And here you have to run this Maven as a script. But that's not the right way, because when I'm running, there are high chances that I want to run it from anywhere. It cannot be that from this folder only you run or from that folder only you run. That cannot be the case. Okay. So in that case, what I will do is I'll change the path variable. Okay. So to change, one more thing. All what I'm telling is I have documented it here. So you just need not memorize all these commands. I have given all these commands here. Okay. So to make this global, I am going to do something like this. Global in the sense it can run from anywhere. So I will simply say cd, and if I do ls-la, so you will see there is something called bash profile. Now this bash profile is nothing but it is a folder. If I edit here, it will become global, means the mvn command can run from anywhere, and you will not get this kind of error if you run mvn. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to do. So I'll go inside this bash profile and I will edit this nano bash profile. So as of now, if you see here, there is nothing. So I'll add some 3 lines. So I'll tell where my Maven is there, where my M2 home is there, and where my Java is there. Okay. So let me come here. So this is what I'm telling.
Okay. It's like setting environment variables in the Windows system.
Yes, it is same as setting environment variables on your Windows system. Exactly same. Now, if you do a yum install Maven, then automatically this is done. But this yum install Maven is pointing me to the older version, 3.0 point something, and Java 11 is having problem there. So that's the reason I am going and saying M2 home, which is Maven home, M2 bin directory, and Java home. So Java home, I just now showed you some time back that if you run this command, find minus name, this thing, or even if you go with this MVN version, you will be able to see this path. Then here in the path variable, I will add my stuffs, something like this. So I will add Java home. Okay, so this is the first variable I will add, Java home colon. Second variable is M2. And the third variable is M2 home. So
is there any reason for we are installing in OPT folder?
No, not any specific reason. You can install anywhere. Because I have installed it in OPT folder, I've given the path like this. If you don't install in OPT folder, then you can put it anywhere. So the only one reason what I see here is because when you install by default, it goes and sits in the OPT folder. So just to keep everything in sync, I want this thing in OPT. Okay. So control. So I have made the changes. So these are the changes. You can find it here in your GitHub. Okay. You have to just make sure that the changes are correct. Control X, Y, enter. And then you have to restart your application. So if you want to restart your application, simply you can come here and run this command. Okay. So now you can come and run this command. So source.bash profile means you are just kind of restarting your application. And to check whether everything has worked or not, you just come here and say echo $caps path. So you will see now it is showing you this location. Sorry, this location, user bin JVM Java 11 JDK. This is your Java home. This is your Maven home. And this is Maven. So basically what I have done, let me reiterate this entire thing, whatever I have done till now. See, so there was a problem. The problem was that Jenkins has stopped supporting Java 8. Now, because Java 8 is not working, I have to upgrade myself to Java 11 so that Jenkins can work. The moment I upgrade myself to Java 11, the subsequent Maven should also get updated. If I go with yum install Maven, there I am able to see that it is going with 3.0.18, something like that, which is not the latest version. And because I want the latest version, I want that I should get the Maven 3.8. So 3 things I have done. First, I have installed Java 11 by running this command. And then I did a find so that I'm able to find the JVM path or the path where Java is installed. Okay. The second thing what I did is I installed Maven. I went to the OPT folder. From OPT folder, I did that 3.8.6, and then I untarred, then move, and then go inside the bin and run the stuff. Then to make it global, I went ahead into my bash.profile, bash_profile, and I've made the changes. I've added M2 home, M2 and Java home. So these are basically the global variables or path variables. Once it is done, I will go here and say source.bash profile. So basically what will happen, it will restart my application. And now if you say echo $path, it will give you the path which contains the global variables. So just run it here. You will see the things here. Now, what's the benefit of this? The benefit is if you just come here and say MVN version, you will be able to see the latest version. Earlier, if you remember, when I was running MVN command, it was saying MVN not found, or it was asking me to run MVN from there only. Now you can see OPT Maven is Maven home and Java version is 11.03. And this is the runtime environment what I have. Okay. So using all these things, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my Jenkins. So Jenkins should be running here. It says, what is your username? What is your password? And full name is again admin, and email is admin@gmail.com. Okay. Save and continue. Save and finish. Never. Start Jenkins. So I'm all set with this. Okay. So the first thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to manage Jenkins. And here I'm going to manage plugins. And to integrate with Maven, I will go to available. And here I have a Maven integration plugin, if you remember. Maven integration plugin. So I'm going to install without restart. Okay, so this is going to happen. So it will anyhow restart in some time. So let me just come here. So it is going to restart in some time. Meanwhile, I'll again go to manage Jenkins, global tool configuration. And here I will set my Java path and Maven path. So come here, JDK, add JDK, give any name of your choice. Java home. I don't want this install automatically. I have already installed it. So Java home. So this guy is my Java home. Take this guy. Okay. Then scroll a little bit down. Git is okay. Gradle and Maven. Where is Maven? So add. So here also 3.8.6 is the latest version, but I have already installed it. So I'll say Maven home, and I need the path. So this is OPT Maven. Okay, apply, save, and you can dismiss this. Now I would like to go ahead and create a new job. So you can see this Maven project thing. So I'll go ahead and create a new job. So I'll say, before doing that, I will do one more thing. I will, give me 1 minute. I'll just restart this application. Why am I restarting is because this software has to be installed. 1 second, dashboard. manage Jenkins, manage plugins, available, Maven. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me just refresh from here. Give me 1 second. Let me go to update center. And here I can see that it is asking me to restart the machine. Okay. So let me go ahead and restart the machine so that the software gets installed. Meanwhile, what I will do is I will start or I'll create a new project. So when I create a new project, what do I generally do? I'll go to my GitHub, and I'm going to create a new repository. Okay, you give any name. New repository. Let me say new Java repository or new Java code, something like this I've given. And I'm going all the way down here and say, create a new repository for me. Okay, so these are the lines which I will execute. But before that, let me come here, clear all these things. Now I'm going to write a code here. Now, how do I write a code? So to write a code, generally what I do is I run a Maven script, that archetype thing. So if you see here, it says archetype web project. So create a web project for me. So this time Maven will go get installed and create this web project for me. So it will take some 2 to 3 minutes. And in that time, I will be able to get one project. Earlier also, we have done the same thing. The only problem earlier was that we were working with older versions. We are doing the same thing again, but with the newer versions. That's the only difference we are going to do here. Okay, so we will wait for this. Meanwhile, let me come here and check if this has started. Sign in Jenkins, admin, pass 1, 2, 3.
Sir, if we can share this PPTs, it will be helpful for us.
Yeah, I'll share the PPTs. You let me know which all PPTs are not there with you. If not, then I'll share everything.
No, so far I have nothing, sir. No PPT is available with me.
For me also, sir.
Okay, I'll share the PPTs with you. I have put everything in the GitHub repo, but anyhow, I'll put everything with you. Don't worry. Okay, so as of now, this is my new item.
In GitHub, you say just let me know the location, sir. I can download it.
Okay, so for Maven, for Jenkins and all, you will find it here. For Jenkins, everything is here only. Jenkins Maven 1902, Vikas 99341. Everything is here. Maven. Okay. And this is the new code which I'm going to write now, new Java code. So this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say Java Jenkins code, something like this. I'll say it's going to be a Maven project. Okay. Now the code has to come here. So let me come here first. Here it is done. So now let me say ls minus l. So this is the code with POM XML. I want to push this code to my repo, which is here. Okay. So what I will do first is git init. Okay. First command git init. Second is git add. Third is git commit. Okay. The moment you say git commit, it's saying run a git config first. So let me configure my email ID and all. Then my this guy. Okay, then do a git commit done. Then the last three commands. So I have done till here, git commit. This last three commands I will run. And finally, I'll be able to push my code to GitHub. So what is your username? Vikas 99341 is my username. What is your password? So you remember we have the password, the personal access token, basically. Control A, Control C. Here. So finally, I have pushed my code to GitHub. So come here. Now, if you refresh this guy, you will see your code, which is present here. See here, the code. 18 seconds back, it has been pushed. And if you go inside this, you will see your index.jsp, which is the code actually. If you want, you can change it. So I'm going to work with this code. So code, take the code, go to Jenkins, say integration of Java 11, then Jenkins, then Git and Maven. So these are the codes I'm going to integrate. Where is your code present? So I'll say it is in Git. What is the repository URL? So this is the URL. What are your credentials? So I will give my username and password here. So come here, username. What is your username? So my username is Vikas 99341. What is your password? So password I will provide here. What is your ID? So I'll just say git credentials, that's it, add it. Now it will come here, take the credentials, then little bit down. Do you want to work with master branch? No, I want to work with main branch. Then keep coming down. The build section, it says, what would you like to do? So I would like to clean and I will want to package. Okay, and that's it. I will apply, save. And I can go ahead and build the code. Okay, so let's see what happens. Are the newer versions, whichever I'm using, they are compatible with each other or not? So if they are compatible, I should get a success message here. If again there is a problem, then I'll see what's the problem. So let this happen. Give me 1 minute. I'll put a charger. Meanwhile, it is happening. Okay, still going on. Let me refresh and see what has happened. Let's go inside and see what's happening actually. Console output. So first time when you work, okay, a lot of things gets downloaded. So the first time will be time consuming. So we have done all these things, okay. Everything what I'm showing you right now, we have done. Only thing is that there was a version mismatch because of which I was not able to proceed in the previous class. And that's what we are trying to fix here. We're trying to fix the version so that we don't face any problem while compiling our code. Okay, so you can see I have got a build success, and at the end of the day, I got this jar file. This is the jar file which I got. Now, what I'll try to do now is I'll try to bring up a new machine. Okay, and in that new machine, I'll put SonarQube and I'll try to do the code analysis of this. Okay, so I can run the code from like this, or I can also run the code via plugin. Plugin in the sense your pipeline. So let me try to run the same code via pipeline. Okay, so how am I going to do it? So again, I'll go to my dashboard. Here I'll say new item, and here I will say new pipeline project, new pipeline project. Okay. So this time I will say it's a pipeline project. Okay. And let's go to the script. I will try some sample script from here. Okay, so this is a sample script. So let me run this script first. So I will take this sample script, or let me come here. GitHub.com. Let's try running this SonarQube script. Okay. Now, this is the first step which we are going to run. Okay. So I have already shown you till this point how it works. Right? So if you want, I can quickly do this. Okay. So I will go with step by step. So the first step for me will be so I will be writing the script here. Okay. Okay. So the first change for me will be SCM checkout. As of now, I'm removing this guy. And which code would you like to take? So I will go to pipeline syntax generator. And here I will say that I'm going to work with Git. Which URL are you going to work with? So this is the Java code which I'm going to work with. Then which branch? So main branch. What is your credentials? This is my credentials. Get the code. So this is your code here. So this is the first piece of code which I'm going to get. You can come here, put it here. Okay. So this is the first piece of code. That's okay. Now, in second stage, I'm going to add one more line of code. I will say Maven. I will do clean and compile both. Okay. So Maven, clean and package. Okay. This will change definitely. So for this Maven to work, I need that Maven thing. So I will come here. I will say I'm going to use a tool. The tool for me is going to be Maven. And this is what I got the script. Now I will use it like this. So I am defining this variable here. Okay, so this is Maven home. And here I am going to write my command like this. I'll anyhow share this with you. But so I'm going to say sh Maven home, which is this guy, bin mvn clean and package. Okay, so these are the two things which I'm going to do. Apply, save, and let's run it. Let's see what happens now. So SCM checkout is done. Maven clean and package is going on. And I can see that there is a green tick, means it is done. Now what I will do is I'll add SonarQube to this. So for SonarQube, I will need two things. One, in Jenkins, I will need that plugin. Okay, so let me just come here. configure. Okay, for Sonar Cube, whatever you need is present here. Okay, Sonar Cube, sonarwork.docs. You can download this. Okay, so it says it bare minimum requires 2 GB RAM and 20 GB of storage. Anything less than that will not work. So go with the latest version. So I am going to go with Sonar Cube with 2 GB RAM. Minimum 2 GB RAM is required. Okay, so let me come here and let's create one more instance, launch instance. What happened? I got signed out. Let me sign in again. Or you can do it via Docker also. Okay, so let me say Sonar Docker container. Okay, both ways you can do. Okay, you can either do via Sonar directly by installing it or via container. Both will work. Okay, so I can show you both of them. So let me do it via container. So Sonar Docker container. This is Amazon Linux. And I told T2 micro is not going to work. So I will go with a bigger machine. Let me say T2 medium. Key pair, I'll use whatever is already there. This also I'll keep it as it is, DevOps security group. And I will go with this machine. Okay. So this is my Docker machine. Click here. Go inside. Put the EC2 minus user @ okay, and then appearance, change the font size. Okay, then change the SSH thing, auth, browse, open, accept. So you can become a root user, sudo -- say host name Sonar Cube sudo -- and once this is done, you go ahead and say yum install Docker. So Docker is installed for you. And once Docker is installed, you can go to hub.docker.com. hub.docker.com. And from here, you can take the Sonar Cube latest image. Sonar Cube latest image. So I'll go with LTS, long-term support. And so there are so many versions available. Okay, you take the one which is good for you, whichever you want, you can take. So I'll pull the latest image from here. Docker pull Sonar Cube. Let me clear all these things. I will pull the latest image or LTS, long-term support. So it says Docker is not.
Sir, for Sonar Cube port is open or not? Check now.
I have to open. I have not opened it yet. Service Docker start. And I have to check the status. And then after that, I can pull the image. So it will pull the latest image. Okay, so I can see the latest image has been pulled. Now, if I come here and say Docker images, I will see my image. I need one more thing. I need my Docker to run. So I will say Docker run minus name. Say you're running Sonar like this, -P for port forwarding. So you want to run it at 9000 port number internally and externally. Okay, then you can say -D for detach mode, and then you run this Sonar Cube LTS version. Okay. Now, if you come here and say Docker PS -A, you will see Sonar Cube is running. But whether it is actually running or not, you have to come here and say Docker logs -f sonar cube. So sonar, not cube, sonar. So you have to wait. So it is still coming up. Okay. See, sonar way has been updated. So it is still coming up. Okay. And after some time, you'll find a message which will say that sonar cube has been up and running, like that. It will take some time. It's still updating. Okay. Meanwhile, what you can do is you can come down to your port number and you can open your port number, because at the end of the day, you will need the port number also. So come here. This is your image, security. Go to your security group and you can come here to inbound. Come here and you can say, I want to run port number 9000. Okay. Add rule, custom TCP, say 9000, connect from anywhere. And you can come here and say, this is sonar. Okay. Come all the way, save the rule. Okay. Now let's wait for this to come up. I need to see that message, which will say sonar cube is up, something like that. Running community edition, compute engine. See here, I get a message. Sonar cube is up, means now I can go ahead and open it. Now, if you're using T2 micro, it will not work. Okay, because machine requirement is not T2 micro. T2 micro comes only with 1 GB RAM. So it will not work with 1 GB RAM. So go with a bigger machine, not covered under free tier. Okay. Now you can come here and try to open this.
Because you're using Elastic IP, it will charge.
No, it is not for this machine. So Elastic IP is chargeable, yes, but
Yes.
I'm not using Elastic IP right now. I'm using normal distance.
Normal, I'm telling it will be chargeable. I think
it will be chargeable. So Elastic IP is chargeable if you're using it, but if you're not using it, no charges. Okay, I'm changing the password. Okay. So I can see that my sonar cube is up and running now. Okay. Now I would like to integrate both of them, means my sonar cube and Jenkins, because sonar cube is running on a different machine. This is running on a different machine. So at the end of the day, I would like to integrate both of them. Now to integrate, the best way is go to Jenkins, go to dashboard, go to manage Jenkins, go to manage plugins. And here go to available and look for sonar analysis. Okay, you get something called Sonar Cube Scanner. So you can download this plugin. So it says this plugin allows you to integrate Sonar Cube, which is an open source platform, with Jenkins for code quality analysis. So you can say download and install after restart. So it will wait again, take a minute or two. So Sonar Cube Scanner is what I'm using. Let's refresh this guy. Admin, pass 1, 2, 3. Still saying. Okay, so it is still asking me to restart the machine. Do that. Let me refresh this. Is it done? Not done? Okay. Admin. Pass 1, 2, 3. Sign in. Okay. So now what I can do is I can start a new item. I can say new item. I will say it is a Sonar project. I'll go with Maven project. Okay. And I will do analysis of this code, the code which I have written just now. So here, let's go to Git, this code. Get credentials. Okay, the branch is going to be main. Okay, and then build trigger is okay, build environment is okay. In the build section, okay, hold on, not this guy. Wait, let me come out. This is not the one. One second. Leave the changes. It will be a freestyle project. My bad. New item. Sonar code ANALYSIS. It's a freestyle project. Okay. This is the URL. This is the credentials. This is the branch. And here, build steps. One second.
Execute shell.
No, it will not go as a shell command. It will go as a shell command. I'm looking for that option basically. Wait, apply, save. Sonar project. I'm going back to my this thing, Maven project. Configure. The option which I'm looking at, that Sonar analysis will come. I'm not able to find that. That's the reason I am looking for that mail.
In freestyle, we found, right, that one in
Tell
freestyle.
me again.
In freestyle project, we got it that point.
Yes, we have the form. See, now it will not give you an error. Wait a second. Why is it saying there's no such? Okay, I'll tell you why it is not able to find it. Root form. Wait, it is not correct. There is something wrong here, man. Okay, fine. We'll do it later, man. So I will just summarize what we have done. Okay, and then I'll come back to this tomorrow again. I am going somewhere 7 o'clock. That's why I'm in a bit of rush today. Okay, let me summarize whatever we have done. So basically, there are two things which we have done. One is that you start with a new version of Java. Corresponding, you get a new version of Jenkins, and corresponding, you get a new version of Maven. Now you integrate all three of them together and you can build your project. So this is what we saw in our first job. Java Jenkins code. So configure, or if you go to your summary, job summary, you're able to see all the new versions got downloaded, and at the end you get a new var file. This is the new var file. Okay. Now what you're trying to do is this new var file, which
The entire var file, all our Jenkins, Maven, it will be stored, right?
Yes, it will have everything. Whatever you have done, Jenkins, Java, Maven, all are compiled together and put up in a var file. Now this var file, I'm trying to do analysis of that, or I'm trying to figure out whether the quality of this code is okay or not. Okay. So in that case, I am going to implement SonarQube. To implement SonarQube, what I did is I came here and I started a container. And in that container, I installed SonarQube. And I waited for this guy to come up. So I should get this kind of a message. SonarQube is up. Once I'm done with this, SonarQube is up. I can integrate Jenkins and SonarQube. In the process of integrating Jenkins and SonarQube, I went ahead and I took this plugin. This plugin, dashboard, manage Jenkins, manage plugins, available. And I was working with this Sonar, not available, sorry, installed. So this is what I got, SonarQube scanner for Jenkins. Now I will be integrating my Jenkins and SonarQube together. In the process of doing so, I will do few more steps. Actually, this is what I have to do here. Manage Jenkins. I have to go to global tool configuration. Here you will get something called Sonar Scanner. You have to tell where your SonarQube is running.
Oh, you have gone to somewhere else. Configuration system, not in the global.
Same here. See, SonarQube server. So you have to tell where your SonarQube is running. So add SonarQube you have to do. So you have to give a name, which URL it is running, the token. So this configuration you have to do. I will do it in the coming class, which will be tomorrow. Okay. And after that, I will show you the full-fledged working of SonarQube and Jenkins along with the other tools. Okay. Any questions for today's class? Anyhow, and one very important thing, please either delete this machine, this SonarQube which you have, or stop it, because it is not covered under free tier, so it can cost you a good amount of money. This anyhow is okay, but not the other one. Okay. Anyhow, I'll share the recordings with you so that you can go through. I have not done anything new today. The only problems which we were facing in the previous class, we have fixed those problems. The version issues which we are facing, we have fixed it. And the document is present here. You can just go through the document and you can find the solution to what I have done. And you can also come to the same place where I have right now. And once this is done, we can proceed. Okay. Fine. See you then, guys.